This is a quick answer to a question from Chris, which goes like this. For me, the biggest problem is driving traffic. I started a blog, which I hope is helping people, but I don't get any traffic. I tried some solo ads, but the traffic was uninterested. So I'm experimenting with Facebook traffic currently, and I aim to set up a daily budget and try to get some consistent leads. Any suggestions you would have are appreciated. Okay, so this problem that you have, Chris, is a very common one. And I think the root of the problem is that the traffic is too disconnected from the end result, okay? Traffic by itself is basically useless. And I know that nobody says that, everybody wants traffic, right? But especially if you think of it in abstract terms, like I would like to get more traffic to my website. Okay, what are we actually talking about here? You want more people to visit your website, and then what should these people do? And it's this end result that is more important. You know, whether the traffic comes from Facebook or from solo ads or from organic search traffic or from social media, whatever, where it comes from doesn't really matter that much. What matters is who are these people who you want to go to your website and what should they do? I don't know in your case what your website is or what your websites are in case you have more than one and what the goals are. But in general, and this is why I advocate having a product or service-based business, right? You're selling something, you're selling either a product or a service, and instead of thinking in abstract terms, in terms of how can I get more traffic, think about how can I get a customer? How can I get a client? And you don't even have to look online necessarily for these people, right? You might actually walk down the street and knock on some people's doors, or you might call someone up, or you might be online, but think about how do you get one customer? How do you get that one person? And there are two reasons why this is important. First of all, because it removes this abstraction and it makes it clear to you that you're actually dealing with people. And it's much better. You see traffic. That's why I say traffic is useful. It's much better to have 2 visitors to your website and 2 clients than it is to have 5,000 visitors to your website and you don't really know what to do with all those visitors, right? So, and the other reason this is important is because as soon as possible, you want to get feedback from the marketplace, right? As soon as possible. And if you have your service or your product and you just go and you find this one person who could be a potential buyer, and you start interacting with that person, you start getting immediate feedback, right? So they'll oh yeah, this is what I've been looking for, and they'll give you some money, or they'll say, well, no, this is much too expensive, this is not worth it for me, or something like that. You've gotten feedback from the market. If you just set up a website and you think, well, first I need to get traffic and then I'll see what happens, it takes ages to get that kind of feedback. So instead of thinking about getting more traffic, think about what's the end result, right? What are you selling, essentially? How are you going to be making your money? And then find the first client or first customer.